Hello, good evening to everyone. Yesterday I taught you in detail about the four names of Law of Equi-Marginal Utility. What are the four names of Law of Equi-Marginal Utility? Number one, Law of Equi-Marginal Utility, Law of Proportionality, Consumer's Equilibrium, and Law of Substitution. Today we shall explain the Law of Equi-Marginal Utility or Consumer's Equilibrium. Law of Consumer's Equilibrium. Yesterday we have already discussed this. The law states that a consumer will be in equilibrium when the last rupee spent on each commodity will give him equal marginal utility. The law states that a consumer will be in equilibrium when the last rupee spent on each commodity will give him equal marginal utility. तो शेष रुपया में अगर marginal utilities of different commodities will be equal, सेम होगा, मार्जिनल यूटिलिटी सेम होगा, then he will be in equilibrium and he will get maximum satisfaction. So the law explains the way a consumer spends his money income so that he will get maximum satisfaction out of the given money income. With the help of this law, we can very easily understand how a consumer will spend his given money income to maximize his utility or satisfaction. So let us explain this law with the help of an arithmetic example. So I have taken a table here to make you all understand. Suppose our consumer has ₹7 at his disposal. With this 7 rupees, he will consume two commodities, say apples and mangoes. Now he will spend 7 rupees in such a way that how he will get maximum satisfaction. Again, price of 1 kilogram of apple, 1 kg of apple equal to 1 kg of mango equal to ₹1. Let us take an imaginary example. The consumer has ₹7 at his disposal. Price of apple, mango per kg each is ₹1. So now we shall see with the help of arithmetic table how he spends his 7 rupees to maximize his satisfaction. So here you can very well see the table. First column, units of the commodity in terms of rupees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because consumer has 7 rupees to spend at his disposal. So in the second column, I have taken marginal utility of apples in utils, because you know that utility can be measured in imaginary units. So I have taken up utils. So if he spends all the 7 rupees on apples, marginal utility begins from 20, then decreases to 18, 16, 14, 12, 10 and 8. Because you know that when a consumer consumes more and more units of a commodity, marginal utility for that commodity for him goes on diminishing. This is nothing but law of diminishing marginal utility. Similarly, if he spends all the 7 rupees on mangoes, his in the first unit the marginal utility becomes 18, then it decreases to 16, 14, 12, 10, 8 and 6. Look at the table. When he spends 7 rupees on apples, his total utility or satisfaction becomes 98. If he spends all the 7 rupees on mangoes, total utility becomes how much? 84. But I have already told you, he has to consume both apples and mangoes. So now, how much he will spend on apples and how much in mangoes, so that he will get maximum satisfaction? That is a question mark. So for that, we have to strictly follow the law of equi-marginal utility or law of consumer's equilibrium. Only when the consumer spends rupees 4 on apples, rupees 4 on apples and rupees 3 in mangoes, he gets maximum satisfaction. That is 116. You can see here, I told you that if he spends 4 rupees 4 on mangoes, so marginal utilities are 20, 18, 16 and 14 for mangoes, from mangoes. And if he spends rupees 3, if he spends rupees 4 on apples, then marginal utilities are 20, 18, 16 and 14. and if he spends rupees 3 in mangoes, then marginal utilities are 18, 16 and 14 respectively. So if we sum up all the numbers 20, 18, 16, 14 from apples and 18, 16 and 14 from mangoes, then our total utility comes as 116. This is much more than either 98 or 84. So how he gets maximum satisfaction? So when he spends rupees 4 on apples and rupees 3 in mangoes, he will get maximum satisfaction, that is 116. And mind you one thing, this is the ideal combination. This is the ideal combination which gives him maximum satisfaction. Any other way of spending his income will not maximize his satisfaction. अगर वो दूसरा कॉम्बिनेशन चूज करेगा तो उसको मैक्सिमम सेटिस्फैक्शन नहीं मिलेगा. कहाँ मैक्सिमम सेटिस्फैक्शन मिलेगा? जब वो 4 kg of apples and 3 kg of mangoes कंज्यूम करेगा, then he will get maximum satisfaction. How and why? So we have clearly stated that when he spends rupees 4 on apples and rupees 3 in mangoes, then only he will get maximum satisfaction. Why? What our law says? Our law says a consumer gets maximum satisfaction when the last rupee, mind you, when the last rupee spent on each commodity will give him equal marginal utility. तो वो जब 4 रुपी स्पेंड करेगा कहाँ? एप्पल्स में. तो व्हाट इज द लास्ट रुपी ऑन apples? That is 4. Fourth is the last rupees spending on apples. Then in the last rupee of apple, what is the marginal utility? Marginal utility is 14. Marginal utility is 14 because he will spend 4 rupees on apples. So in the last rupee of apple, that is 4, marginal utility is how much? 14. Now come to the mango. Here he will spend rupees 3 to purchase 3 kg of mangoes. So what is the last rupee to spend on mango? This is the last rupee. Third. 1, 2, 3. And in the last rupee of mango, look at the table, marginal utilities is how much? 14. So, in the last rupee of apples, fourth rupees, and in the last rupees of mango, third rupees, marginal utilities are equal. Then only he will get maximum satisfaction. So, if we add up 20, 18, 16, 14 from apples and 18, 16, 14 from mangoes, we shall get total utility as 116, and this is the maximum satisfaction he will obtain by spending rupees 4 on apples and rupees 3 on mangoes. That means when he buys 4 kilograms of apples and 3 kg of mangoes, then he will get 116 as total utility, and that is his maximum satisfaction in this arithmetic table, in this example. That is why I told you that this is the ideal combination. No other combination will give him 116 utils of total utility. We shall see just now. So, when he spends rupees 4 on apples and rupees 3 on mangoes, he will get maximum satisfaction. Are you clear? Any other way of spending his income, अगर वो दूसरा कोई सा भी कॉम्बिनेशन अगर चूज करेगा, he will not be able to maximize his satisfaction. So, एग्जाम्पल के तौर पर हम लेंगे, for example, if he spends rupees 3 on apples, now he spends, suppose, rupees 3 on apples, then naturally rupees 4 on mangoes. We have taken another combination to understand this very clearly. So if he spends rupees 3 on apples and rupees 4 on mangoes, then what will happen? Let's see. He will get 20, 18, 16, 3 units. So marginal utilities from the 3 units become 20, 18 and 16. And he will spend rupees 4 on mangoes. So what are the marginal utilities? 18, 16, 14 and 12. If we sum up these figures, it will come as 114, which is less than our previous ideal combination, that is 116. Why? In this combination, he is not able to maximize his satisfaction. You just try to understand. When he spends rupees 3 to purchase 3 kgs of apple, okay, in the last rupee of apples, that is third, what is the marginal utility? Marginal utility is 16 in the last rupee of apple. Then he will spend how much? Rupees 4. 4 rupees on mangoes. So what is the marginal utility in the last rupee on mangoes? That is 12. So in the last rupee of apple, marginal utility is 16, but in the last rupee of mango, marginal utility is 12. Are they equal? No. From apple, mu is 16. From mango, mu is 12. Therefore, his total satisfaction cannot be maximized. Therefore, it comes as 114. To get maximum satisfaction, what is the rule? What is the law? In the last rupee, marginal utilities of different commodities must be equal. But here we can see in this combination, when he buys 3 kgs of apple and 4 kg of mangoes, then marginal utilities are not equal in the last rupee. They are different. So he will not get maximum satisfaction. So you can take any other combinations also. If you take 2 units, 2 rupees on apples, then you have to take 5 rupees on mangoes. If you take 5 rupees on apples, 2 on mangoes. If you take 6 rupees on apples, 1 on mango. So you can take so many combinations, but only one combination will be ideal combination for the consumer to get maximum satisfaction, that is 116, when he spends rupees 4 on apples and rupees 3 on mangoes. Any other combination will not give him maximum satisfaction, and I have already shown you with the help of the arithmetic table and arithmetic calculations. So now we can explain the law of consumer's equilibrium or equimarginal utility with the help of following diagram. So I have taken a diagram. The first one is for apple and second one is for mango. So we know that he will spend rupees 4 to buy 4 kg of apples and rupees 3 to buy 3 kg of mangoes, then he will get maximum satisfaction. So this is 1 rupee, this is 1 rupee, this is 1 rupee, this is 1 rupee. In total हो गया 4 rupees. Here also we have taken, here no doubt he will spend 3 rupees, this one and this one, and another I have taken up to make you understand. So when the consumer consumes 4 kg of apples and 3 kgs of mango, he will definitely maximize his satisfaction. There is no doubt in it. But if he changes, if he differs from this ideal combination, so I have already told you, if he spends rupees 3 on apples and rupees 4 on mangoes, what will happen? It will be clearly seen in this diagram, and he cannot get maximum satisfaction. So look at the diagram. This diagram is for apple and second one is for mango. You know that from the law of diminishing marginal utility, what is the shape of marginal utility of apple curve? You know that it slopes downward from left to right. And the same case in case of mango, when here also marginal utility curve for mango slopes downward from left to right. So if he spends rupees 4 on apples and 3 on mangoes, there is no confusion, his utility will be maximized. But now question arises, if he spends rupees 3 on apples 1, 2 and 3, then this second part will not be there, because now he is spending rupees 3 on the purchase of apples. Therefore, from apple, what will be his loss of utility? CDHG. Loss of utility is equal to CDHG area. Are you clear? Because now he is spending, he is deviating from his ideal combination. So when he buys 3 kgs of apples, then he will lose the utility of how much? CDHG area. So naturally now he will spend rupee 4 on mangoes. Therefore, here he will purchase or buy 4 kgs of mango. So here his gain of utility, it is shown on the diagram that his gain of utility will be C1, D1, H1, G1. So look at the diagram. You can very well compare whether loss is greater than gain or gain is lesser than loss. You can very well see that loss of utility from apples, that is CDHG, CDHG area, this is his loss, is definitely greater than the gain. Gain is how much? C1, D1, H1 and G1. So in the diagram, it is crystal clear that his loss of utility is greater than gain of utility. So what will happen to the total utility? So total utility will be less and he cannot maximize the satisfaction, and that will come as 114. So if he buys 3 kgs, 3 kilograms of apple by spending rupees 3 and 4 kilograms of mangoes by spending rupees 4, he, first of all, we see in our example that it comes as 114, which is less than 116. Also in the diagram we can very well understand and see that his loss of utility is greater than gain of utility. So if he spends rupees 3 to buy how much? 3 kilograms of apples and rupees 4 to buy 4 kilograms of mangoes, his satisfaction will not be maximized and this will not be his ideal combination. His total utility decreases from 116 to 114. Therefore, so his ideal combination will be when he spends rupees 4 on apples and rupees 3 on mangoes, then he will get maximum satisfaction, because in the last rupee of both apple and mango, marginal utilities are equal and total utility becomes maximum. So I am sure you must have understand this law. This is a very interesting and important law. So try to read carefully and try to understand it properly, then it will be very easier for you. So this much for today. Thank you all. We shall again continue the assumptions, limitations and importance of law of equi-marginal utility in the next class.